Good morning, good morning, good morning. This is Pastor Eric Brown. Happy Tuesday. I pray the Lord is blessing you really good right now. Look, just want to bring you a word of encouragement, something to help you along your way. And today that word is stick to the plan. Can I tell you that God has thoughts and plans for you, the thoughts and plans for your good and not your evil, to bring you to an expected end. You can guarantee you, take it to the bank, that God has a designed path for you to follow. Our job is to stick to the plan. I'm reminded in the book of Numbers, and I told y'all earlier, Numbers really has been blessing me. But in the book of Numbers, around about chapter 32, the children of Israel have been fighting their way on to the promised land. They have dealt with some enemies on the east side of the Jordan, and they were preparing themselves to go into the promised land, something that God had been telling them and God had been putting before them for hundreds of years, and now they were on the brink of it. But right when they got to a place that was almost to the promised land, two of the tribes of Reuben and the tribe of Gad, they looked around and they saw that it was a good land right where they were on the other side of Jordan, on the wrong side of Jordan. They saw it was a good place right where they were. They saw that in their situation they had lots of livestock and lots of cattle, lots of cows and other animals, and they saw it would be a good place to raise those animals, and they could really make a good go of it there. And so they petitioned Moses to let them stay on this side of the Jordan. And even though Moses didn't want to do it, they persisted and they made some promises, and that they would help them fight, that they would help them subdue the promised land. And God allowed it. You know, God has a divine will for us. God has a perfect will for us where everything will flow just like God wants it as long as we stick to the plan. But then God has a permissive will. And I'm going to tell you, in the permissive will of God, you can't blame God for things not going exactly like you wanted to go. But that was their desire, to be in the permissive will of God. Well, can I tell you, they upheld their end of the bargain. They did what they needed to do. They helped the children of Israel fight and subdue the promised land. But they pulled back to that place that was on the other side of Jordan, the east side of Jordan, not where God had promised them to be. And lo and behold, things went well for a time, but all of a sudden now they're getting attacked. Things went well for a time. All of a sudden now there's some mistrust developing between them and the other tribes of Israel. Things went well for a time, but all of a sudden they find themselves being pulled away. Because see, when you separate yourself from God, well, can I tell you, there's a price to be paid from separating from God. There's a price to be paid for not following the divine plan of God, and they began to be corrupted. And as they were corrupted in the time of Moses, by the time it got to the times of Jesus, can I tell you, Jesus visited that place. You might recall it in Mark chapter 5, when Jesus visited the man that had the legion of demons, and Jesus was going to deliver him out of all those demons, but he was in a place called the Gadarenes. The Gadarenes was that place where the tribe of Reuben and Gad had found themselves wanting to settle. By the time Jesus came on the scene, they had turned completely against God. Instead of raising cattle and cows, not a cow in sight, they had a pig business. They had a business with pigs, and that was their order of business, something that they shouldn't even have been partaking of. And look, and not only that, but when Jesus came wanting to deliver that whole area, they begged Jesus to leave. They were so corrupt. They did not want the Son of God to be there, to minister to them. This is where they came to. This is where they ended up, from being separated physically from God to being separated spiritually from God. Oh, I just wanted to encourage somebody today. Don't let that be your lot in life. Oh, stick with the plan. No matter what it looks like, it may be going slow. Stick with the plan. You may not see the fruit of your labors yet, but stick with the plan, because I'm here to tell you that our God is the giver of all that is good and perfect. Every gift is from God and is good and perfect, and it brings no sorrow with it. I'm just here to tell you, when you stick to the plan, you're going to get exactly what God has for you, and that's the victory. You're going to get the victory. You're going to get the joy that comes with it. You're going to get the peace that comes with it, and you're going to get the testimony that your God knew all the time. what he had waiting for you. Oh, that's going to be a blessed day, a shouting day, a day that where you completely give God the victory and the glory. Look, you have a great day. You have a blessed day. Be encouraged in the Lord. Peace.